This is Hogarth's election series. It's his reportage, as it were, of a real election that took place nearly 300 years ago in Oxford, by-election. And the first picture is where the two candidates have to meet the public, which obviously they don't want to do, and it's very traumatic for them. One of them there has got to kiss an old lady while someone empties the pipe on his head. That's what they thought of him. And then there's another one in the middle here who has to entertain the local worthies. This man's eaten so many oysters he's passed out. The election agent has a book and it says people we're sure how they're going to vote, which is empty, and don't knows, which is very, very full, which again reminds one exactly of today. I love it. This man making a face out of his fist. First record of someone doing this joke. Then you go outside. Yet again, there's two election agents here trying to press their wares. And the figure you see there, who's a farmer who gets the vote, and he appears to be saying to both the Whig and the Tory agent, yes, of course I'll vote for you, and he's taking money off both of them. So in a sense, that's quite uplifting in that he's taking both of their money. Here we have the electorate turning up, and you can see how desperate everyone is. I mean, it's that saying of the blind and the halt and the lame. They're all coming to vote because they've been pushed into it. You can see there's a veteran, he can barely walk. This person is clearly from a lunatic asylum and appears to be still almost in a straitjacket, but they're getting him to vote and putting a pen in his hand. This person looks as though he's actually dead. But you know, the dead can vote in certain circumstances. Then in the background, we see, this is Britain, you see the Union Jack on the coach. And again, this is, Britain is basically having a car crash whilst the drivers are playing cards and gambling. It's another Hogarth metaphor. The last picture is, so what happens if you win? And it's called the chairing of the member. So the new member is taken out onto the streets in a grand chair. The public show its opinion of him. He needs men with cudgels to keep them off. The big metaphor is there's a herd of pigs jumping over a bridge, being driven. This is the Gadarene swine from the Bible, which essentially is Hogarth saying some of our politicians really are a little on this side, and they are driving themselves over the cliff. Mob rule, as we would call it now. I love this series because I suppose if you're an optimist, it says, well, this is how democracy has always been and that's how we get through it. If you're a pessimist, you say, look, nothing ever changes, the whole system's corrupt, the whole thing is pointless. But I suppose I look at it and I think, well, democracy, someone once said, is it a good system? And someone said, no, but there isn't a better one. And I really enjoy the fact that we've had hundreds of years of making these points about the way it works. And I find that very, very cheering.